January 28th, 1942. 0430 hours. U-110 thrashes wildly in the churning North Atlantic, 600 miles west of the Azores. Salt spray stings like needles across the faces of the Royal Navy crew aboard HMS Bulldog as depth charges erupt in thunderous plumes, shaking the destroyer down to its rivets. You can almost feel the freezing wind howling through the rigging, carrying the acrid bite of cordite and diesel fumes, while young able seaman David Bombe grips the rope ladder, heart pounding against his ribs, waves crashing over the deck like hammers. Below, Captain Lieutenant Fitzjulius Lemp stares into the void of his flooding conning tower, water surging through rents in the hull, his U-boat's lights flickering like dying stars. Alarms wail in German alarm. Tauchen, abdecken. As torpedomen scramble, abandoning their weapons, faces pale under the red emergency glow. Bombe's boots hit the slippery casing first, his Lee-Enfield rifle slung tight. Every creak of the boat a reminder that 44 crewmen lurk below, armed and desperate. The sea boils around them, lit by star shells bursting overhead, turning night into a hellish noon. Bombe signals his boarding party, Petty Officer Tom Casey, leading seaman Jin Andrews motioning silently toward the hatches. No shots yet. The U-boat lists hard to port, groaning metal protesting as air escapes in eerie hisses. They pry open the forward hatch, peering into the reeking darkness. Charts scattered, codebooks sodden on the chart table, rotors glinting from an open Enigma machine bolted nearby. Lemp's men surface amidships, hands raised, eyes wild with defeat, shouting "We're Ergodenons" in broken pleas. Bombe's team sweeps below decks, flashlights cutting through steam and shadows, securing the bridge, the wireless room, the control room slick with oil. Tension coils tighter. Rumors ripple among the boarders' booby traps. Scuttling charges? One wrong step, and the boat could blow sky high. Casey spots it first. The Enigma, intact, its keys still set, beside a stack of crisp green cipher sheets marked Grunstellen. Bombe hesitates, pulse thundering. Grab it and risk awakening the beast below. Leave it, and the Kriegsmarine's unbreakable secret slips away forever. They haul the machine topside, rotors clinking, codebooks stuffed into oilskins, as U-110's diesels cough their last. But as Bulldog's crew tows the prize away, a chilling question burns. Does Berlin already know their wolf pack's throat has been cut? HMS Bulldog's engines thrum like a heartbeat in the pre-dawn gloom, her bow slicing through swells that rock the crippled U-110 on the straining tow line. Sub-Lieutenant David Bombe stands on the destroyer's wet bridge, Enigma machine cradled in a sodden duffel at his feet, its weight heavier than steel codebooks tucked beside it, pages curling from saltwater kisses. Telegraphist William Stewart Pollock wipes grime from his hands, eyes darting to the horizon where U-boat shadows might lurk, the sea's black mirror reflecting starlight like predator eyes. You can almost hear the creak of the tow cable, feel the chills seep through oilskins, every wave a reminder that one snap, and their prize plunges forever. Commander Joe Baker Creswell grips the rail, binoculars sweeping the murk. His voice low over the wind. Maintain radio silence. No transmissions. If Jerry picks up a whisper, they change the keys, and this is all for naught. Below decks, the captured Germans' 32 sodden survivors, including radio officer Georg Higel huddle in the mess, eyes hollow, murmuring about Captain Lieutenant Lemp's vanishing swim back to the boat, his body lost to the depths. Bombe's boarding party stands guard, rifles ready, the air thick with suspicion. Did Lemp plant charges? Is the Enigma rigged to self-destruct? Pollock tests a key in the dim wardroom lights blink erratically. Wheels whir, but no explosion. Tension coils like a spring. Days blur into a taut vigil. Bulldog zigzags north, evading phantom periscopes, the U-boat wallowing astern. pumps laboring against her mortal wounds. Scapa Flow looms on May 15th, Orkney's jagged cliffs rising like sentinels. Experts from Bletchley Park, already waiting in unmarked vans, cryptanalysts with hungry eyes, briefed only in whispers. The Enigma is rushed ashore under tarps, rotors gleaming under flashlights, code sheets marked Kurt Signali and Reserven Verfran clutched like holy relics. Bombe exhales as the hatch seals behind it. But as the convoy escorts scatter the pose with planted lies, the boat sank before we boarded. A radio crackle pierces the fog from Berlin. U-boat command demanding reports from Lemp. Have the wolves scented blood already? May 16th, 1942, 0200 hours. Hut 8, Bletchley Park. Rain lashes the Buckinghamshire countryside, drumming on the corrugated roof like impatient fingers, while inside, the air hangs thick with cigarette smoke and the ozone tang of overheating valves. Alan Turing hunches over the salvaged Enigma from U-110. Its black bakelite keys staring back like blind eyes, rotors 3V, and the 7th locked in the exact daily Grundstelling pulled from Bombe's codebooks. His fingers ink-stained and trembling slightly from chain-smoked players. Tap a test message Wetterbarracked, and the lamps flicker BDZGKVWE. You can almost hear the whir of the stepping cams. Feel the electric chill as Polish exile Marian Rejewski's ghost looms in Turing's S equations, scribbled across blackboards. Commander Alistair Deniston paces the dim-lit aisle, flanked by Gordon Welchman and a cluster of Y-service intercepts clerks, their faces gaunt under the harsh 40-watt bulbs. "This isn't Polish Enigma," Turing mutters, voice-clipped Oxford drawl cutting the tension. Naval 4-rotor M4 variant. Plugboard swaps A with J, reflector beta. He twists the ring settings A ground-feeding cribs from captured Kerr signal sheets into a prototype bomb, its drums spinning with a mechanical growl that drowns the storm. Sparks fly from a loose contact. A Wren operator curses softly, wiping sweat from her brow. The machine halts abruptly on a stop possible key. Rotor order V73, ringstelling the 14th of June 17. Deniston's breath catches. Does it fit today's shark traffic? Hours bleed into frenzy. Turing cross-checks against bigram tables smuggled from U-110's wet pages wetter cribs, aligning with Berlin's naval met reports. Welchman shouts for more punch tape as the bomb churns through 17,576 wheel orders. Excluding impossibles via the fem diagonal board he tweaked, dawn creeps gray through blackout slits. Tea slops cold in mugs. A crib cracks. Einen Frackdampfer decodes clean to Prin's OLAV sinking coordinates. Chews erupt Hut 8's first naval Enigma break since blackout. But as cribs pile from QQQQ signals, a shadow falls. Denitz's U-boat command shifts to Trident keys at midnight. Can Bletchley scale before the wolves regroup? Mid-1942. Bletchley Park's sprawling oak-paneled estate hums with urgency and quiet desperation. The sparse clacking of typewriters, the occasional cough, and the steady drone of the electromechanical bomb machines create a symphony of wartime intelligence. Alan Turing and Gordon Welchman pore over blueprints, battling the cold reality that the Kriegsmarine Cess new Enigma M4, with its 4 rotors, had thrown a wrench into breaking the code. You can almost hear the relentless tick of the bomb's spinning drums. Feel the cold metal under your fingertips as engineers like Harold Doc Keane labor to build enough machines to match the German Navy's 150 sextillion settings. The bomb, a colossal machine standing over 2 meters high and weighing nearly a ton, was more than a machine. It was the key to survival. Its circuits surged with electric life, testing rotor orders at lightning speed, ruled by cryptanalytic logic crafted by minds grasping complexity few could fathom. Weeks stretched as operators, mostly women known as Rensfed, in intercepted messages. hoping the bomb would find the daily key settings before the Germans changed them again at midnight. The codebreakers' relentless race with time felt like chasing ghosts through a labyrinth. Every successful run was a victory. Every failure, a shadow pushing the Allies closer to darkness. On the margins, Turing developed Turingery, feeding insights into the complex patterns of Wehrmacht messages, while Welchman's diagonal board innovation cut down false stops dramatically. Their breakthroughs made it possible for Bletchley to read Luftwaffe and naval traffic regularly, but U-boats were still a deadly enigma. The capture of U-110 had been pivotal, but the Kriegsmarine switch to the M4 in early 1942 meant a new strategic dance, as each side desperately tried to outwit the other. Could Bletchley Park scale its growing operations fast enough? And as the Atlantic battles raged fierce, how many lives hinged on a clock ticking out the next crucial code? Late 1942, Bletchley Park is a whirlwind of wires, wartime urgency, and unspoken secrets. The naval Enigma's new four-rotor M4, dubbed Triton or Shark by the Allies, had slammed shut many doors. The German U-boats prowled the Atlantic in deadly packs, their encrypted radio chatter cloaked in the seemingly unbreakable cipher. Yet within the sprawling huts of Bletchley, the extraordinary was being woven by a massive team: mathematicians, linguists, engineers, and thousands of wrens operating row upon row of bombs. Each bomb was a mechanical titan, tirelessly testing millions of rotor settings per minute, their humming a constant pulse in the silence of classified war rooms. You could almost hear the frustration. You could almost hear the frustration, the hope, and the sheer human determination. The bomb's scales tipped the balance, turning cryptanalysis into an almost industrial-sized operation. Wrens fed intercepted messages alongside cribs, educated guesses like weather reports or common phrases that gave the bomb its fighting chance. Yet the Germans adapted constantly, changing procedures, tweaking rotors, and varying plugboard settings. Each day was a new battlefield between cryptographers and Kriegsmarine signals. The breakthrough was not just in the machines, but in the relentless human intellect and collaboration. The sharing of secrets across the Atlantic with the U.S. in 1943 accelerated progress, as the Allies pooled knowledge and resources to finally pierce the thunderstorms of encrypted German communication. By late 1943, the Bletchley breakthroughs led to Ultra, the covert intelligence that saved countless Allied convoys from unseen U-boat wolf packs stalking the seas. Triumph unfurled. The tension remained. How long before the Germans suspected their unbreakable enigma was compromised? Every decoded message was a lifeline for those fighting in the icy Atlantic. Yet a single slip in secrecy could mean doom. As night deepened over the British countryside, the question hung in the shadows. Could Ultra remain the Allies' deadliest secret through the war's darkest hours? Early 1943. Admiralty War Room, Whitehall. Fog clings to the Thames like a shroud as Admiral Max Horton pores over a decoded Enigma dispatch from Bletchley, fresh off the teletype. U-262 reports torpedo failure on convoy HX-228, position 52N41W. His finger traces the grid on the plotting table. Where colored pins mark merchantmen plodding west, U-boat wolf packs coiling like vipers ahead. You can almost taste the stale cigarette smoke, feel the chill from the river seeping through sandbagged walls. Hear the urgent scratch of pencils as WM no more blind sailing into ambush. Across the channel, Dilly. Yes. Across the channel, Dilly Knox's team in Hut 3 deciphers Luftwaffe orders hours before they hit Stukas. And Messerschmitt's Gring directs 150 bombers to Portsmouth at 2,200. RAF. Fighter Command scrambles Hurricanes from Biggin Hill. Dowding's few, twisting into the raid unseen, claiming 23 kills while Hurricanes suffer just 3. Churchill paces 10 Downing Street, muttering the U-boat peril to his aides, Yet Ultra's veil hides the miracle. Bletchley reading 3,000 messages daily by 44. Ultra trimming 2 years off the war, saving thousands in the Battle of the Atlantic alone. Rommel fumes in North Africa, as his fuel, but secrecy binds like chains. Wrens burn crib sheets in backyard incinerators. Codebreakers swear oaths under pain of treason. One leak, and Dunitz changes keys forever. Special sources, sacrificing decoy ships like HMS Lagan to feign radar triumphs. Tension peaks May 43. Ultra unmasks Wolfpack Hecht. Escorts pounce with hedgehog mortar blooming white in the swells. U-221 spirals down in oily ruin. Convoys steam unmolested for the first time. Victory? Yet Dunitz snarls BDU, changes Dolphin to Hydra another wall, slams up. How long before the codebreakers crack it again? June 6, 1944, 0200 hours. Bletchley Park's Block D typewriters clatter like machine gun fire under blackout lamps as Hut 3 analysts sift Ultra decrypts. Rommel Division 21 Panzer tied to Caen. 15th Army awaits Payton's Phantom Army at Pas de Calais. Field Marshal Gerd von Rundstedt stares at, convinced the real blow falls across the Channel, not Normandy's beaches. Not Normandy's beaches. You can almost feel the salt spray on Sorb Beach as ultra-rooted minesweepers clear lanes unseen. RAF bombers pulverize coastal batteries per decoded orders, while 88 Wehrmacht divisions frozen wrong by Bletchley's whispers. Across the invasion front, Ultra flows like blood through Allied veins. Tommy Thompson's team in Hut 3 flags Hitler reserves. 1st SS Panzer held back awaiting Führer release. Montgomery pivots inland, smashing gaps before Panzers roll. Bradley's Omaha bloodbath shortens as decoded flak positions get typhoons. Rommel, racing from semolina harvesting leave. Fumes as fuel dumps pinpointed by Enigma weather reports earn preemptively. By D+3, Allies hold the lodgment. Ultra trims weeks off the breakout, saving 10,000 lives in the bocage grind. Churchill cables praise to C, head of MI6, masking the source. Profound gratitude for special means, yet peril stalks the triumph. A rogue decrypt leaks via spy John Cairncross to Moscow. Betrayal. Bletchley peaks at 10, not Enigma betrayal. Bletchley peaks at 10,000 souls, devouring shark traffic. Ultra shortens the war by 2 years. They whisper in tea breaks. As Mulberry harbors rise from decrypted blueprints, final decrypt chills. Hitler orders V1 sites reinforced. Can the code stay sealed through the Rhine push? May 7th, 1945, 0735 hours. Cuxhaven, Germany. In a final act of surrender, a trembling radio operator transmits the last coded German military message, intercepted by Bletchley Park. British troops entered Cuxhaven at 1400 on the 6th of May. From now on, all radio traffic will cease. Wishing you all the best. Goodbye. The moment drapes over the silent halls of Bletchley, like a release from a long-held breath. After years of unending cryptanalysis, relentless nights against impossible odds, the codebreakers watch as the war closes at last. You can almost hear the quiet cheers, feel the exhaustion mingled with joy, and the solemn gravity of a war forever altered by their secret war of minds and machine, had not only cracked the German Enigma, but had woven intelligence ultra that turned the tide across battlefields, from the icy Atlantic convoys to the beaches of Normandy. Their work shortened the war by an estimated 2 years and saved countless lives. Yet the greatest victory was hidden behind a veil of silence, as the last signals fell silent. The sprawling estate in Buckinghamshire, with its bomb machines now stilled, awaited a peacetime World War, unknowing of the invisible heroes and unsung codebreakers. The Enigma was broken not by brute force, but by human brilliance, bravery, and a race against time that endured to the war's final hours. The captured U-110's Enigma machine was but the spark that ignited a monumental effort of cryptanalysis, collaboration, and innovation. From those dark days in the Atlantic to the silent rooms of Bletchley, the story of breaking the Enigma is a testament to human intellect's power to conquer even the most formidable secrets. A story where every tick of the bomb and every decoded message changed the course of history forever.